Hello and welcome back to my channel, Moon Fire Magic. I am Diane Cox and I'm doing cards for April 2026. And it's my birthday in a few days' time, so I'm feeling all kind of frivolous and joyful. I love celebrating my birthday, so there's a lot to celebrate, isn't there, that you chose to come to Earth at these times, at these lovely pivotal times. We are deep into it, aren't we? I'm sure you're feeling the whole vibe, and I'm sure you're being very careful what you put your attention to. Some grounded kind of sensibleness and some lovely, lofty, elevated spirituality. So I'm going to do a card for each week. I don't normally do that. I'm going to do the Work Your Light cards, which I'm shuffling at this very minute. I've already picked one card out of the Spirit Oracle deck because they're a bit of a sticky deck, you know, they don't shuffle all that well. They like to stick together. Great bit of unity and compassion for each other there. And then I'm going to do one of the very inner child can kids. Just a bit of light, lovely fun, and then I'm going to do obviously one of my lovely Mythic Tarot. So how are you? How are you all? How are you feeling this new energy coming in from all this celestial influence that is coming down in waves of strength and light and potential transformative times? Deep within us, we are, after all, made of stardust. We are a simple reflection of the planetary wonderments. So anyway, let me pick a card for the first week in April. That's my birthday week, the first week in April. So I don't want to spend the whole video shuffling, which is why sometimes I just tend to pick. But look, I'm asking for one. Just one. So anyone who's watching this can just go, oh, that's nice and easy, simple, colourful, lovely, nothing heavy. Just, you know, obviously this, when it's your birthday, astrologically, you look at your solar return chart, which is where the sun returns to, the degree it returns to, the chart of the same degree you were born at. And it gives you an idea of the year ahead, what the year ahead, where the sun is, and what the kind of influence is, and you know, what you can expect from the year ahead. It's quite interesting doing your own chart, your own solar return chart, because it's sometimes you know, you try not to be too biased and just look for what you want to see. So okay, there's two cards here. Let's have a look. First week in April. I'll go with my instinct about which one seems right for the, okay, one is the Pleiades, which is quite interesting, and one is Align Your Life. So basically, what do you need to do to align your life? What needs to change for you to go, okay? So Pleiades is great. We all like a bit of the Pleiades. Now, when I did this just now, the whole colour changed on the recording. And if it does, I shall just stop the recording and start again, or put it on pause. Let's have a look. Pleiades, Pleiades, Pleiades. So there's a Pleiades card. So I'm going to go stargazing after I've done this little video. There's a lot of fantastic action here at the deep south. The South Peninsula of Cape Town. You see a lot of weird stuff in the sky, weird and wonderful stuff in the skies here. So first week of April, align. What do you need to change? You know, I know I'm in the Southern Hemisphere. I'm English, and I am still wired to the Northern Hemisphere, because I was about to say it's springtime. And it's not, obviously here it's autumn time, but you know, it's such a temperate climate, it could be spring. But even, it doesn't matter, autumn or spring, what do you want to germinate and birth? And obviously in autumn, what do you want to harvest? What do you want to kind of you know, you've been sowing stuff all year round. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, what is it time to harvest? What do you want to kind of look at what you've planted, and do you want to go, okay, this is great, or I don't want this anymore. I don't want to grow this anymore. I don't want to be like this anymore. I'm done with that. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, then it's like, okay, what am I planting now? It's spring, everything's kind of coming up. It's really funny actually. Autumn, it's what you're harvesting. Spring, it's what you're planting. So think about, what do you want to align with? And I know I've said this often, when you do clients and you say, what do you want? People normally give you a list of what they don't want. They give you a long list of what they don't want. And it's like, yeah, okay, that wasn't actually what I asked, which is what I will actually say to people. I asked what you want. What do you want to manifest? What do you want to align with? What do you want to change? Because in order to know what you need to change, you have to take responsibility for it, don't you? You have to go, yeah, I'm not really good at that. That isn't quite working out. All I need to do is get my mind focused on this, that, or the other, whatever it is, and do it. Just, Anthony Robbins always says, all you have to do is, the hardest thing is making the decision, and then you just have to stick to it, which is a lot easier said than done. A marvellous man that he is. So first week of April, we've got align yourself, align your life. So if there's something that's bringing you down that isn't working, I always think give it a chance first, work on it first. And if it involves another person or a friendship or someone in the family or at work on it first. If it's your marriage, work on it first. Invest the time and effort into stuff, and then you can't make people work alongside with you. You can't take the horse to water, as we know, and make it drink. So, and it's about you and you just feeling happy, a clean heart, as I often say, having a clean heart that you know that you've done your best. Whether it's a work thing, like I say, if you're a sports person that you're training, you're putting in the time and the effort. So just aligning, and everyone knows what they need to do to align their life to what they want. Everyone's got their own kind of compass. Everybody knows what to do. And sometimes people say, I have no choice. And I don't really kind of agree with that. I think everyone has always got a choice. It's just the choices might not be very pleasant, and it's easier to stay in the fur-lined rut than basically go, right, this has all got to change. And of course, this is the time celestially, astrologically, the solar flares is meant to be one hitting on the 1st of April. It's kind of, this is the time for change. This is the time for saying, enough, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I see it in the world. I see the way people are talking and being very wonderfully vocal and honest about the whole of humanity don't want war. The whole of humanity want peace. Humanity wants unity, friendship, collaboration, world, kind of cohesiveness. So, and a lot of things point to this at the moment. So, first week in April, align your life. The second week in April, I'm going to have this one as the second one. And this is one I did not on, obviously, live, because these cards are, they like to kind of stick together, like I said. So the card is guidance. Let me see if I can get it close without everything turning yellow. Okay, guidance. And this is what it says. Okay, I'll read it out to you and then I'll show it to you. So just close your eyes a minute and think about guidance, the kind of guidance that could be coming here. It says, release the past to the eternal winds and allow new energies to enter your life. Very much in line with the alignment. This is the second week. After you've decided what you will want to align to, here you go. Allowing new energies to enter your life. You are a creation that is vast and endless with no beginning and no end. See, I think when you realise this, that you are energy and you are eternal, and there's no failing or losing. It's just being and different incarnations and forms of that energy and being. Then people are far more likely to take a chance. Allow your life to flow like a river. For the spirit of love will guide you and keep you safe. Great, great, great. The spirit of love. Here it is. Let me move it so you can actually see it. Can you actually see that? Oh, there we go. Let's try that. So The spirit of love will keep you safe. You know what I always say? It always starts with the self. You can't give out love if you don't know what love is. You can't unconditionally love if you do not unconditionally love yourself. That's what I believe. You have to fill yourself up first. You have to be an example of what it is to be balanced in love and to live in the light and to live from a point of compassion and kindness. You have to show that to yourself before you can show it to other people deeply. Of course, you know, anyone can show love and kindness and compassion. And I know a lot of people that have not loved themselves who have been the kindest and most amazing people. So, but to really get deep in and within relationships, it all starts with the self. You know, I always say if schools taught self-love, self-esteem, self-worth, no matter what background they're from or what, you know, they've seen with their parents and their families and how dysfunctional they are, you know, to be taught how to love oneself is such a gift. That and everyone doing Vipassana, the 10-day silent retreat kind of thing. Very, very transformative, incredibly, profoundly transformative. So that's the second week of April, the guidance. I love that. Release the past to the eternal winds and allow new energies to enter your life. That's great, isn't it? After aligning and basically understanding what you want to change, you then go, okay, now I'm doing the inner child stuff, the Can Kids cards. I've just been shuffling those as I was talking. And let's have a look. They're really so let me look at this one. I don't know this one. I always unhook the T from can't so that I can. Okay, yeah, that's nice for a child. You know, I could kind of pull that apart a bit, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to put it down and go, thank you for sharing that, and I'm going to choose this one because 2 fell out, but I've read that one. This one says, I love myself and I take loving care of my body. Okay. Do we go yellow? Maybe. It's a simple message, and obviously these cards are meant to be for children. But I love myself and I take loving care of my body. It's a very fundamental thing. You know, when you see your body as a temple that is serving you, that is miraculous, that is just a stunning design. It is a beautiful, astonishing, outstanding creation, our bodies. Again, something I think should be taught at schools, anatomy, physiology, and getting kids to really understand how their bodies work and therefore, you know, how to eat, what to eat, why to eat, and just loving how miraculous we are, just loving ourselves and just going, wow, what a design, how beautiful and just astonishing that we are. I often say to myself, I am a walking miracle. You know, this beautiful body that I am inhabiting with this spirit of mine is an immaculate creation. No matter who or what you think created it, we are walking miracles, made of stardust, of course, made of the stars. Okay, so obviously I've got to do my lovely Mythic Tarot pick. So that was the 3rd week of April. Loving the self, taking care of the body. For me, that means not eating too much cake. Obviously, it's my birthday. And alcohol doesn't interest me, and nor does smoking. I don't do any drugs. I don't do anything like that. The drug of my choice is probably sugar. And I'm doing quite well these days to control all that. So, but it's my birthday week. Hey, you know, I'm going to go and have some nice scones. I love a scone. I love a good scone. And scone, however you like to pronounce it. It's quite an art. They say it's very easy to make scones, but you know it's not, because some scones are just horrible, doughy balls of nastiness, where other ones are lovely, yellowy tastiness. And anyway, I'm shuffling the deck now, and I'm thinking about scones and cakes and stuff. So let me think about the 4th week in April, okay? And let's see what comes up. So I hope you're going to have a lovely April. I hope you had a nice March. Did you? Did you feel all that energy? Just like, ooh, just raining down from the heavens, and still is. And obviously April is quite a month. We've got that lovely full moon coming up on the 2nd. That's going to be amazing. So yeah, let's have a card for the 4th week in April. See what, I mean, they're quite aligned, aren't they, these cards? The first one being align, and then this letting go of the past, let new energies in, then the loving yourself and loving your body. Okay, I'm still waiting for a card just to drop out here. So 4th week of April. It's a beautiful breeze here tonight, and like I say, I'm going to go out and stargaze in a minute. So just chatting a minute while these cards are going. Okay, which one do we want? Which one do we want? Okay, yeah, this one's come up a few times. Okay, let's go for it. I can see why it's come up. So it's the moon, the beautiful triple moon, and her dog, the huntress, Diana, the moon goddess, Hecate, in this deck. So the moon card. So on a good day, the moon card is, so just think of the lunar energy, think of the Cancerian energy, think of the nurturing, intuitive mind, good memory, good mental kind of acuity. Think of that, in, like I say, instinctive intuition, feminine intuition, okay? Obviously, this moon card has got the representation of the maiden, mother and crone at the phases of the femininity, maiden, mother and crone. So the moon has got, in this card, she's got obviously the 3-headed dog, and she's you know, known as the huntress, and there's lots of multi-layers to this moon card. This one, you know, in the Rider-Waite, they've got the crayfish coming out of the water, the dogs barking at the moon, and the towers in the background, and all that kind of stuff. So so on the surface level, nurture yourself, love yourself, like that card said about loving your body, nurturing yourself, aligning with what you want, the whole month, aligning, letting go of what doesn't serve you anymore, because the moon is, if you think of, I've got this thing about the moon, how we never see the dark side of the moon never rotates. I've asked a lot of people about the moon not rotating, and people say, oh, the earth and the moon rotate at exactly the same thing, so you know, no one ever gets to see the back. I don't buy it myself. I do not buy that myself. You never see anything apart from that one aspect of the moon. There's a dark side of the moon that we are not privy to, we do not get to know about. And I've obviously explored all the theories about what the dark side of the moon may hold. From lots of things to space stations that, you know, off-planet non-human intelligent come to the dark side of the moon and then peer at humanity, because, you know, we're the ultimate what's it called, reality show for the rest of the galaxies. Watching nutty humans do nutty things, and they must be having a ball at the moment watching. Not nutty doesn't even cover it. Depraved, you know, kind of, you know, humans that are doing bizarre stuff. But as I always say, there's always a flip side to the coin. There are humans in the world at this very moment doing astounding, beautiful, kind, loving, compassionate things all over the planet. Tune into that kind of stuff. Because the moon is about the unconscious. It's about stuff in the unconscious that can be working its way up. It can represent things that you are inexplicably drawn to, like a tide that's just pulling you, and you don't really know why. You're being pulled in a certain direction, and it's like, what is all this about? The moon can bring up deep phobias, deep fears. It's the deep unconscious. So, I mean, it's a full moon on Thursday, and so we'll be in a waning moon by the 4th week of well, you know, we won't be in a waning moon by the 4th week of April. We'll be back into a waxing moon and almost a full moon again. So when the moon cycle, when the moon is waxing again and it's getting to its fullness, really do some lunar deep meditation on acknowledging some deep unresolved issues that might be just kind of sitting stagnant in your unconscious. This actually goes very well with this first card about aligning your life, and it goes very well about letting go of the past, letting it go to those lovely winds, the eternal winds, release the past to the eternal winds, and then it's like just kind of get into that kind of peacefulness of not allowing your fears, your concerns, your worries to dominate your thoughts. Use the moon card, as especially as it will be waxing, to plant, to do that aligning again, to start the aligning again, because obviously we're just in the first week of April it's going to be a full moon, and it says align, and at the full moon there's some great meditations at the full moon that you can do just to kind of feel the energies and just go, okay, this, setting your intentions as the moon is full, letting go of what's gone and manifesting what you want, seeing what you want to see. I know at the moment I'm reading quite a few, one or two interesting points of view of people saying, you know, the moon is dark and you shouldn't do moon magic and you shouldn't work with the moon because the energies are blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I think to myself, well, okay, let's take, everyone's got their own opinion, everyone's got their own vibration, we've all got our own DNA, we've got, you know, our own fingerprints and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, we have to go with what works for us. And if some people don't like working with lunar magic, and the energy of Hecate, you know, who is known for not, you know, liking being in the dark, in graveyards, at crossroads, you know, like doing deep diving, the depth work, the plutonic work, the shadow work. And I know people that are saying that, you know, people shouldn't work with the moon, who are good at shadow work. So each to their own, I think, you know. I don't think you can ignore the celestial body of the moon hanging in our atmosphere and where we can all see it. It's there for a purpose. And, you know, if you do some exploratory work with those lunar energies and you do remote viewing or you do astral traveling to the moon, it'd be very interesting to do a collaborative video on that and see what other people experience. So yeah, I would say that this last week of April, just be in tune with your own lunar self, you know, your own, you know, that, you know, everyone always says about lunacy and lunatics and how these unexplained or inexplicable energies, how they work on people, how they just kind of trigger things in people. And it's the deep unconscious, because something's coming up, you know, something that has been unresolved is coming up. So, oh, it's a dog. That sounded like we've got a squirrel moved into our garden lately. Have you ever heard a squirrel make its sound? I don't know what the official sound is, but I thought there was a parrot in the tree the other day, and I went out to see what is this bird I've never heard before, to see a squirrel sitting on the branch. I'm sure he was calling me to put some nuts out. A very strange noise, but very, very, very cute. Okay, so I'm just going to take an angel card to bring the month together. Just get the very beautiful old, original kind of, not even oracle cards, just these cards with a one word on it. Okay, and okay, so I picked a blank one. Normally it means that, you know, just work it out yourself, go with your own flow, which of course we will be doing, but I'm not going to leave this lovely video with a blank card, I'm going to go, no, universe, my spiritual entourage, and wanting to connect with all you beautiful people out there. We want a word for April, a good word, something that will give us a nice bit of cheer. I don't know if that's the word. I'm going to show it you, but really, I know it kind of works. Synthesis, yes. Bring it all together. Bring it all, you know, bring all those parts, and it's like a bit of a symbiosis. Oh, something just moved over there. That was quite rude. Lovely. Who's here in the room? Who's here? I saw something move out the corner of my eye there. Someone come to pick a card? Okay, I'll let you pick it. Oh yeah, okay, we'll go with that, because I think it's very much in line with this this reading. So here's the word. I think it's very much in line with the times, transformation. Very much in line with this aligning with what you want and make the change that you need to. Very much in line with transforming, because you've released the past to the eternal winds, and you're allowing love to lead the way. Love of self, love of people around you. Sometimes actually love, when you love someone else, it can trigger, can't it, something amazing within, and it can actually be the thing that allows someone to truly blossom, to feel love, to love and to be loved. And then the Can Kids about loving the self again and looking after the body. And then this Lunar card, this moon, tap into your intuition, you know, feel what you really want. Don't be distracted. Something I say a lot, don't be distracted. And if there is stuff coming up from the deep and conscious, just let it come up and thank it for making itself known and for allowing you to see it so you can heal it. You know, you have to kind of see things to heal them. You have to know that they're there. You know, as we all know, to acknowledge there's a kind of an issue that needs healing is part of the great step, the first steps. You know, to say I need help. Something is out of balance, and I need help to get it back into harmony. So yeah, that's my little fun reading for April. If you've got anything that you'd like to add to that, obviously I always say just leave a comment down below and give me your take on any of those cards or any experiences that you're having, and how your rebirthing is going, and how these pivotal years are treating you, especially these months, February, March, April, May. Then we're into the July kind of big stuff. So I hope you've been able to make the most of it and grow through it and become the person that you want to be. And if you are already the person you want to be, just refining it and just being a lovely emissary of light and love, compassion and kindness. So thank you so much for watching and tuning in. And if you have any questions for me, as you know, I take questions from my subscribers on a reading. If you have a topic that you're interested in, any country, I don't mind, any topic, I don't mind, you know, well, let's see. and then leave me a little question in the comments down below. Something is definitely moving. I know the wind is blowing, but there's just something else as well. I'm in this room obviously a lot, and it's got a great vibe, this room. It's very, very vibey, calm, peaceful. Anyway, yes, so thank you so much for watching, and yeah, if you have got a question, leave it for me and it'll be my pleasure to do a reading on it for you. So have a great one, have a lovely month and enjoy yourself. I'll be seeing you soon. Take care now, bye bye.